Hello everybody. So I just saw this on a video and I thought I've got to try it and see if this works well for me like it did for her, because it was absolutely gorgeous. And shoot, I am so bad about knowing who they are. What happens is I see the video, oh, let me watch this video. And then I watch it and then the video goes away and then I can't find it again. So, anyways, what we're going to do, oh, this is stencil one. Oh, and dots. Well, we're still going to try it. Because you know how it is, right? Every other time you go to look for something, you find that there's nothing but embossing folders. They're all you can find, and you just think, oh, that's not what I want. What am I? And then, of course, when you go to look for an embossing folder, you can't find an embossing folder. So we're going to try this anyways. Now, what the lady used, okay, so you find where the flowers, see the flowers are imprinted in this way. I need my embossing. Uh-oh. Where's my embossing buddy? I always put it right there. There it is. There it is. It fell. Okay, so we're going to put embossing all over it. But then what we want to do is really make sure we get it in the flowers. So what I'm doing is the flowers are stuck in, and the rest is raised. The flowers are not raised up. On this side, they're raised up. Okay. So, good coverage. Really good coverage on this. Oof. My fingers are all powder. Now, she used a brayer, and I have a brayer. But my brayer is a really big brayer. And I don't know how that'll work. And I know a lot of you may not have brayers. So we're going to try this a little bit different. We're just going to take our embossing, and I want to use, not the gold, the copper embossing powder. And I'm just going to run this over the folder. Now you need to make sure that it's down good, but I'm just going to run it over the folder. We don't want it in the flower, so I'm not even going to go there. Now, will this work? She used a brayer. I don't know. A brayer might help you get more even layer of it. And I'm looking for shiny to see that I have it covered. No, I should have already cut this down, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it now. Uh-oh. This paper is not so pretty. I didn't look at it close. That's not big enough. Let me go here. All right. Let's hope this is a good size. Because like I said, I should have already had it cut and I didn't. Okay, so we're going to be very careful about this. Because if we lay it down and we have to move it, then we're going to have that ink there. And we're not going to want it all over. We just want it where we want it. I can't remember what I used the other day. I believe it was these two bottom ones and one top one, I believe. And hopefully that does it, because I don't think we're getting a lot of chances with this. Okay, what this is going to do is put that ink on the embossed image, hopefully. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good so far. I need some paper to go under the embossing powder. I used this. I was trying to make a box. It didn't work out real well. Let's put this away. This way. And let's hope that this turned out well. I do not see embossing ink on here. Or there. Let's see. See if it worked. Guess we really won't know until we go to put the powder on. So I want to use the copper on the sunflowers. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. Let's see what we get. So I know we don't need this much embossing powder. But we're gonna shoosh it off, right? We're gonna let it work its way down. Oh. And I don't want to remove any of that. I always worry about doing these large areas. See, it didn't even stick to that area. It's not working. So I might have to come back and figure out how to cover that. But first, let's go ahead, before this other embossing powder falls off, let's go ahead and dry this. No, that's not gonna work either. I gotta clean it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna grab a little brush here. And just get some of these little pieces off. Now, I don't mind the look of that little bit in these little nooks and crannies and stuff, but she cleaned it off. So I figure we'll clean it off. And then when you go to do yours, you can just do how you want. But I think that might look cool with it in between all these little nooks and crannies. On some of it, I'm going to leave it. Say that, and then I come and take it off the whole thing, don't I? Oh, look at how much it took off when I did that. I didn't mean to do that. So this one might not be working out so great. Now, she had an embossing pen, is what she called it. And she came in and filled in with the embossing pen. I don't know about that. Okay, the leaves. The stems. Okay, so I'm going to heat set this now. Oh, hold your ears. This tool's got to heat up before it's going to start melting anything. There we go. All right, it's very pretty where it is, but you know, while I was heating it, I'm wondering if I had too much of the embossing powder on these portions of the folder. And so I think I'm going to try this again. And what I'm going to do it different, I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to get a different piece of paper because that was a little yucky. No, I don't want a textured card. That's textured also. Here, the thing. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna cut a piece. Oh, it's a little shiny too. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, just a tiny bit, but that's all right. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the folder. I'm gonna come back with the embossing powder because we still want that flower to be protected, right? So, no, that's not the right spot. This is it. Okay. And I'm going to get it all over the flower. And then I'm going to come in again with the brush and try to get, I'm saying flour, but it's not, it's like, what did they say it is? Like baking powder or something. And just kind of clean those spots away. It was so pretty when she did it. I want to be able to get it to work. It was beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna smooth this over. I could feel it skipping a spot. I should be holding it up here. Getting it shiny. Hitting it all and getting it all shiny. All right. I hope that's good. Some areas might just be better than others, so we'll see. Put this on. I made my paper too small, but that's all right. We just want to get this procedure to work, right? I'm coming back in on my same plate. Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to see or not. You just can't. You can't see. And I'm gonna get in here quickly before it dries. Look. Much better. And honestly, I think I'm gonna leave those little veins and stuff in. I'm just gonna clean up these other areas. I wish it was a little thicker here. I just love the little veins in it. I really like that. And I mean, I could sit here and take them all out, but it's pretty. Why would I do that? want to sneeze. That's not good. Okay, let me pour this back in here. Don't want to spill it. I love copper. Why that stuck there, I don't know. I'm going to pour more on it again. Because there are some spots that just look like they need some heavier. It might not stick, but we'll see how it works. Okay. Maybe it might have helped. See where my finger was? That's why you don't want to get your finger on there. Okay, let me pour this back. See, I was hoping to get more in here, heavier, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to be ready to do a double emboss on it. So I'm going to cover that and put it over there, but I'm not going to completely. All right. So I am going to hold this here. Okay. I usually like to hold it up, but we're going to just do it this way because the whole thing's covered in it. And we're just going to let it heat. Can you see it changing? Oh, how pretty. Isn't that pretty? I wanted to do some more. I don't know what that looks like on the camera, but wow. That's beautiful. So, now she had an inking, she had a pen that she used, and for me, that's not going to work. So what I think I'm going to do is to be very careful and very worried about it. But I'm going to come in with the pad again in some of these spots where it's really light, and just add some ink. I don't have an embossing pen. Where I got my hand. That I'm not sure I can get. Maybe I did. let's see what happens when we add the ink or the powder to these spots. Is it gonna hold now? And a lot of it could be that I'm thinking I'm missing and I'm not. It could be the little dots. Okay, let's see. All right, let me get this powder back in the tub. It worked nicely for her. Of course it did. That's why. Just because if you see something on a video and it doesn't work for you, don't take it personal. That's why I started my channel, because none of the stuff that everybody was doing worked the way everybody else was doing it for me. So, okay, we're going to get it going again. Look at that. Look at how that worked. I almost want to say put a second coat on anyways, just because where that second coat is, it's just really nice. It's just really nice on there. But it does add a little bit more texture and stuff. I don't know if we can get this on one of those blending brushes. So we're going to see. What did I do with my little blending brushes? I had them. I used them not that long ago. Well, there they are. Here's some. Let's see if I can get this and fill in some of the spots. I don't know if it'll work. It looks like it's getting it on there. That's why I went to a bigger area to see if it looked like it kind of was clouding it up. Where else? Around here. We'll know when we go to add it on if it sticks or not. It looks like it's got it. We'll find out right now. Look at that, it worked. Do need to clean up a little bit here. That may already be stuck on. Okay. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I wish I knew who she was to give her credit for this. This is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And actually over here it's so thick right now that looks like it's melted metal. Isn't that beautiful? And even with the little pieces that I didn't get off, it just kind of has a rustic looking feel, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. All right, so I didn't make this very big, so let's see. I'm sure I have a 4x6 card blank over here somewhere. Yep. Let me get my trimmer. Let's see how this trims. I have to be lower on my chair right now because I was having problems with my knees, and I realized that the chair, every time I got out of the chair, they were hurting worse. And so, yeah. I should not be having these kinds of troubles right now. Okay, so is that 4? That's right at 4, so I'm going to cut it a little bit on this side. Because I want a little bit of a mat. So let's do 3 3/4. And this embossing folder, let's see what it is. It's from the Sunflower Collection from Crafter's Companion. Sumptuous Sunflowers is all it says. Okay. And 6. So 5 3/4 is what I'm gonna want. Let's take a little bit off the bottom. And let's take a little bit off the top. This is just so pretty. I could have gone for a little more in the middle here, but that's all right. I don't think anybody's going to look at it and say, oh, she should have stuck some more in the middle here. All right, so I think And this is what she did, and I think it's what I'm gonna do, is she used some of the same card to matte. And I'm not gonna have much of a matte. I'm honestly thinking that I'm not even gonna matte it, to be honest, because this background of the card looks good enough. So honestly, I'm just gonna leave it and just glue it down now. Yeah, I'm just gonna glue it. Look at that. This bottle is freaking out on me. I love this. Look, see, I could have got a little bit more in there. Just depends, you know, how much you want to spend on it. I don't want the video to be too long. But I saw this and I was like, oh, I know, I've got to do this. Remember, if you see somebody doing something, some kind of technique, and you want me to try it, if I have the equipment to do it, I will try it. Usually, most of the stuff that's kind of recommended to me or asked, I mean, I have had some things asked that I've tried and it just doesn't work for me. Doesn't always mean it won't work for you, but at least you'll see, you know, what pitfalls I go through trying to do it or whatever. And so it gives you a better idea of what it entails, or, you know, maybe it will turn out good and be some beautiful stuff. And this shimmer paper being next to this copper just kind of gives that a whole different look. It almost looks like enamel of some kind or something. So it's very, very nice. I'm really, really liking this. Very much. Now we need to do, now that I've got embossing powder on me, but we just need really with this just a simple sentiment. Oh, sympathy. Maybe too flashy for sympathy. Best wishes. Let's see, because this might be too stark white. Kinda is a little stark white. I tell you what, I kind of can do just okay, some rustic brown. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll see. And I just want something a little wet. So let me grab. Because I don't want that straight because it's too. I'm just gonna stick a little water on here. This is alcohol proof, so it should break down with water a little bit. I'm just gonna put a little bit on there. Just take some of that whiteness out. There we go. we gotta figure out where we would put this. I think in the corner down here. I'm gonna let that dry all the way. Because it kind of got it pretty wet. Didn't mean to do it that wet, but okay. So I'll just let that dry. Glue that down there. And there we go. It's beautiful. All right, everybody. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye now.